Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I'll start off by asking, the movie finds a difficult balance of critiquing the government's decision to go to war,
Right.
But also feeling patriotic at the same time.
Yes.
And as an actor, how did you respond to that?
Well, I think it's, this movie is so much about the brotherhood, right? So if you just look at the people and you look at their circumstances, you look at these elder veterans from the Vietnam War, and you juxtapose that with this Marine who's paid the ultimate price and his buddy who's on escort duty, you just allow yourself room to talk about so many different things without being overtly political or being overtly suggestive in saying, oh, we should think this or shouldn't think that. It's just kind of, well, that's that group's truth, that's what this Marine's truth is. And so if you just kind of allow, the circumstances to breed conversation is the ground in which all of these things can kind of be talked about and hit on, again, without being too much this, without being a lot of that,
Sure.
Yeah.
And there are so few road movies these
Right.
days.
Yeah.
And how do you feel to embrace that as a genre?
Rick's creating genres all the time, so it's road in the sense that I guess that's kind of indicative of our journey, right? Everybody's going through this point A to point B, from the beginning of the film to the end. And it just so happens that, to get this Marine's body from point A to point B, we got to go on the road. But so much of this movie is about the journey that these men are going on, not just the way in which they get there physically, by car, train, whatever.
The film strikes a particular balance between being critical of the country's choice to go to war, but also feeling patriotic at the same time.
Sure.
And how did you respond to that as an actor?
I think it's great. I mean, war is one of those things that I wish we didn't, involve ourselves in as a species, but we haven't been able to shake it so far. But it's it's part of being human, I guess.
How was it working with Linklater for the first time?
Lovely. I was really, really kind of just blown away by his ease and his confidence, his collaborative spirit. I mean, it was really a great experience working with him.
I'll start off by asking, how does it feel being here opening night, New York City, world premiere at the New York Film Festival?
It's a bit overwhelming, if I'm honest, but I'm really grateful is what I am. I'm humbled. My wildest imaginations wouldn't have brought me here, so I'm still a little in shock, but I'm going to enjoy every minute of it.
The movie strikes a particular balance between being critical of the country's choice to go to war, as well as feeling patriotic at the same time. And as an actor, how did you respond to that tone?
Well, as an actor and as an African American, I can definitely relate to it. There are things I love about this country, and there are things that are a little embarrassing about this country. So it strikes the balance that rings in my heart on a daily basis.
Congratulations. How does it feel to be premiering the movie here at opening night?
This is an extremely prestigious film festival. For our film to be able to premiere here is extraordinary. I mean, the history of the films that have premiered here, you look at the list of it and you go, wow, we're in very good company. So we're very excited about it. And, there's a very discerning taste. New Yorkers will always tell you if they like you or if they don't like you. And I admire that honesty. It's like, I don't want to present something that I don't truly believe in. I believe in this movie. I believe in the message that it's sending and the goodness of it and the heart and the humor. I think audiences will embrace it.
Speaking about the tone of the work as well, it's kind of balancing different perspectives, different outlooks, but also genres as far as a film. And could you speak about the creative process with that?
Well, I don't see it as a genre. I wanted to make a film that you couldn't say, oh, that reminds me of something else. I wanted it to be an original, and that's probably what you're referring to. Yeah.
And in what ways, we celebrate film here, so in what ways do you think film or other art forms helps you experience the world differently.
Hey, come on. We learned how to kiss in the movies, right? We learned how to pick up girls in the movies. We learned how to do so many things, for better or worse, in the movies. They just have an enormous influence. I mean, when I was a kid of 16, I saw Marlon Brando in The Wild One, and I couldn't wait to get a Harley. I mean, well, I waited 30 years and then I got one. But no, the influence of movies is it's undeniable. It's huge. And by the way, it calls for some responsibility on the part of the filmmaker, because you have to recognize that what kind of influence you're going to have.
It doesn't get any better, you know. I mean, I have to flash back to being in New York 30 years ago, living on people's couches, just going to movies all over New York. I remember kind of sneaking around the New York Film Festival. So to be here with opening night, you know, I've been here over the years with other films, but it's a big honor, you know, opening night.
Speaking about your film, it strikes a particular balance between feeling critical of the government, the country's involvement in war, but yet patriotic at the same time.
I think you can do both. You usually can't at the beginning of wars. You know, you're a weasel or a, you know, whatever, if you're against the war or you're cautionary. But I think as time goes on and it susses out, I think you can still kind of honor the impulse of those who serve and the purity of that desire for freedom and all that, and then also question it. So I think you can have mixed feelings. I think most of us do. You can have a love-hate relation, you know, with it. I hope the film captures that.